Okay, so welcome back. Yeah, I just noticed we've done 6 videos so far, and they're roughly 10 minutes each, so I guess that, by my quick maths, is about an hour. So I guess that's actually probably... I wasn't looking to spend more than about an hour and a half on this exercise, so I guess we're on track. What I'll do is I'll see if we can figure out this WebSockets part fairly quickly, and then move on to the metrics, and then I think we can wrap up. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything major. Oh yeah, we'll have to circle back and actually get the web page rendering the metrics. Would be a nice cherry on top, so we might do that regardless. But yeah, I certainly don't want to spend more than 2 hours on the exercise. So let's dig into, very quickly, a little piece of stateful middleware, then a WebSocket. Great, so let's create a new middleware. This, I could call non-trivial, but instead I think I'll call it stateful. Great, so what do we want it to do? I think what we want this to do is simply hang on to a little bit of state. And I don't know that we even care to necessarily expose it in the response yet. But if there's a nice quick way from Y to maybe add a response header or something, then maybe we'll do that. I don't want to spend too long on this, certainly, so maybe I'll just quickly Google network.y response header. Request headers, response builder. Oh, nice, response builder. A response file. Lots of response things. Is there just like a response data structure? Presumably there is. Data. Well, doesn't really tell you very much, does it? Let's look in the source. So it's one of these. Hopefully these are exposed. Interesting. Well, we'll come back to that, I think. I might have to have a go at that myself. But maybe there's a way to set response headers. It's gotta be. Seems useful. This is servant, but maybe servant delegates it to Y. No, that's all very servanty, unless I want to dig into the servant stuff. Okay. I'm suspicious. I think there has to be a function to do this for us, but let's maybe try and figure that out later. Oh, that one looks pretty good. Y middleware to remove a header. Remove header. Okay, so you can pattern match on that. And then it does that. Well, this is great. I think that's kind of what we'll probably use to add our header. I'll just put that in my notes quickly. Alright, so back here, we'll rename this to, what was it? Stateful. Great. And then this is no longer just going to be a middleware. What this is going to do is it's going to take in some kind of state, and then it will generate a middleware so that it can muck around with the state. So what kind of state? Well, STM is very good if we're going to have lots of things hitting this in parallel. So let's use STM. And what will we put in here? Maybe we'll just simply increment a number. So we'll do an integer. Now I can't remember if that's how you do STM. Let's see. Control.concurrent.stm maybe? Yes. I think it is. We've got lots of things that we can do. Pretty good. Yes. So let's have a make stateful as well, which does give back a middleware. And then what do we want to do? Something like that, and then we want to say var is like a new STM of maybe 0 or something like that. What did they say? What was it here? New, oh, they're called tvars, aren't they? So we want a new tvar. Why would I want a new tvar IO? Oh, right, great, yeah, that's way better. So let's try that. New tvar IO. And then I think that should work. And then this is suddenly changing, so we'll use our variable there. Yep. Yes, we don't actually have a STM, we have a tvar. That makes sense. And then something's wrong here. What's wrong with that? Ah, it's IO middleware. Great. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. So even though we don't have very much code, it was a little bit fiddly, but I think now we're okay. And so all we have to do is we want to modify our variable here to include the current request. Now I think there's probably a helpful modify tvar, which looks pretty much like what we would expect, unless there's a modify IO. What's this prime version? As far as I can tell, they've got the same signature. So maybe we will look in some docs and see if there's whether I should be using the prime version or not. Oh, they're not the same result at all. Wait, no, I'm looking at two different things. Here we go, strict version. Well, yes, like, let's be strict, why not? So, let's go modify, what was it called? tvar. Strict. And then it takes our tvar, and then it takes our modification function, and then that's it. So we'll say ink, I think. Ah. It's called, we're not in Clojure, are we? It's called suck. Great. And then I believe in order to actually execute this, we need atomically. And where's that defined? That is in control monad STM. But maybe we get it already. I doubt it. We do. There we go. Look at that. Okay. So then let's figure out if we can add a header. And I guess what we want is a response to response. Whoops. It's looking pretty good. Now, how do we do this? So we got all these thingies. I might need to import that, which makes me feel a bit funny, but we'll do what we need to do. Response headers. And these are defined as that. Good lord. There's a lot of jumping around, isn't there? And then that is header. Oh my god. And that's that. Let's just copy all of that for reference. And then we can delete it later. It's very fiddly. Okay. So wow, dramatic music. So let's have a look. What do we want to do? Get rid of that. I mean, this looks pretty good right here. And they also import all of that. So I guess we need to do that, which is lucky that they actually exported the internal module, otherwise we would be in a very frustrating place. I like it when these packages do export it, just so that you can get your hooks into it when you need to. It really sucks when you have to actually kind of be modifying the source of a upstream package to get something done. It doesn't matter if you need to modify it just to contribute, obviously. But when you just want to ship something and suddenly you need to keep your own copy of the source and all of that, it's no fun at all. So let's copy their remove header, first of all. And we'll use that as our reference. And we'll check if that compiles. It appears to. So, yeah. We're going to want something very similar, I feel. So we'll say, we'll call that an add header. And then instead of this filter set cookie, I guess we'll make our own special version of that. I think maybe we could do something with raw as well, but we'll leave it alone. Why not? And this looks pretty much like exactly what we want to do. So what we'll do here is we'll say new header to headers, get rid of that, and then put in some kind of key and value, and we will call this, get rid of that, we'll call this, let's go append header, why not? Obviously this is all broken right now. Great. And then I just have to align these because it's driving me crazy. Okay, so what we might do here is we want to construct a header. So we'll say new header equals, what is a header again? I think we determined that it is a header name and then a byte string. So we will say undefined for our header name, and then our byte string we will say is lol. And we already have overloaded strings, so that should be okay. And then I would assume that this should compile now, but maybe it isn't. Let's have a look at why. That's okay. So we've got some kind of mismatch. Ah, yeah, of course, because we're not passing in a key or a value. So let's make these to be, these should be our values, header name and byte string. We'll stick to the types they've already got, and then we'll make these K and V, and then we should be able to actually use these in the function. And what were we going to call them again? Undefined lol, and we'll fix that up in a sec. So now I think we haven't imported the things we need to import, so we will import them. This is a bit of a diversion, so I think like we're getting off track here. But you know, doesn't matter too much. You can skip the video if you don't like it. Okay, cool. So then let's now put a real value in here. Oh wait, we want the header name to be tally. So how do I get a header name? It is a simple alias for byte string again. No, it's some kind of wacky case insensitive thing. What is that all about? Don't suppose there's a nice is string instance for any of this. Doesn't seem to be. I mean, this is, I can understand why they would use something like this. What is fold case? Or maybe we can use fold case to do it. I'm not feeling super hopeful about this, but let's have a think. What I might also do is specialize this. So I'll call this add tally, and then we'll simply pass in an integer. T for tally, and then does modify tvar give us back something? I don't think it does. Let's see. It does not. We'll just read it, and there's even a handy IO function. So we'll say, we'll read it after we modify it, why not? Say tally, and then add tally, yeah, great, getting there. Now, yeah, what I might do is simply try this. And you are kidding me, there is an isString instance. That is wonderful. So now we just need to get a byte string. Out of our integer. How do we do that? We need an encoding or something. Potato.bytestring. Is it pack? What does that do? Yeah. Import potato.bytestring.charate. What's this one like? That's good. Let's just do that. It's probably a more direct way to do this, but this will suit our purposes just fine. Whoops. Let's just do it inline. So we'll say pack.show. And then that's no longer an integer, it is a byte string. What's wrong with that? Ah, it's ambiguous. Makes sense. That should clear things up. And then we will put our tally in. I'm not super happy about this, but doesn't matter. Since this is just kind of like a demonstration of the stateful one. So I think that is fine. So now we go back to our main function, and why not, let's add in a stateful middleware. And that will fail because we want to actually make the stateful middleware. So let's go is make stateful, and then oops, that's going to fail because we need to lift IO, and then that is going to not succeed. I know we're doing this in the wrong place. Let's put some more do keywords. And we're good to go. Right. So, if I curl our stats and we make it very verbose, and here's our tally. Look at that, beautiful. Let's curl it a bunch more times. Our tally's up to 6. Does it go to 7? It does. Wonderful. Let's hit it with our test suite. And then it should be up to 1007, I think. It's spinning away over there. It's done. 1008. Oh yeah, with the additional request, 1008. Wow, I've been going for 25 minutes. That is a long time. All right, I'll pause here, and I think we have well and truly covered middleware. So then we'll do WebSockets.